What if the smallest daily decisions you make right now could quietly determine whether you become financially free in 10, 15, or 20 years? Most people believe that wealth comes from one big breakthrough, a hot stock pick, a viral business, or a lucky inheritance. But after studying hundreds of high-net-worth individuals and reviewing decades of scientific research, I can tell you the truth is much less exciting and far more powerful. The people who build serious, lasting wealth almost never rely on one massive event. Instead, they understand and master something called the compound effect, not just with money, but with their biology, energy, focus, and decision-making ability. This is educational content only, not medical or financial advice. Always consult your doctor and financial advisor. Here's the part most people completely miss. Your biology is your highest leverage wealth creation tool. A tired, inflamed, poorly sleeping brain makes impulsive, short-term financial decisions. A sharp, well-rested, high-energy brain makes strategic, long-term decisions. Over 10 to 20 years, that difference becomes enormous. According to a 2024 study published in Nature Aging, people who consistently slept 7 to 9 hours and maintained good metabolic health had significantly better cognitive performance and lower risk of dementia later in life. Another large 2023 study from the British Journal of Sports Medicine showed that regular physical activity was associated with dramatically better long-term brain function and lower rates of cognitive decline. When your brain works better for longer, you make better investment decisions, spot opportunities faster, avoid emotional mistakes, and have the energy to build and scale wealth-creating activities. This is not theory. This is how real wealth is built quietly over decades. I'm going to break down exactly which daily habits create the strongest compound effect on both your health span and your net worth, and give you a clear, actionable system you can start implementing today. The compound effect is the principle that small, consistent actions create massive results over time. It was popularized by Darren Hardy, but the mathematical foundation has existed for centuries. Albert Einstein allegedly called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. He was right, but what most people miss is that the same principle applies to your health, your energy, your focus, and your decision-making. Here's the key insight that changes everything. Every small improvement in your biology compounds into better financial outcomes. One extra hour of quality sleep per night doesn't just give you 365 extra hours of rest per year. It gives you better decisions every single day. Over 15 to 20 years, those better decisions compound into dramatically different financial results. The same applies to movement, stress management, nutrition, and continuous learning. Small daily improvements in these areas create outsized results over time because they improve the quality of your thinking and extend the number of high-performance years you have. Most people focus only on the money side of compounding while completely ignoring the biological side. That's a massive mistake, and one of the biggest reasons why so many people work hard their entire lives but never achieve financial freedom. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 highest leverage daily habits that create the strongest compound effect on both your health span and your net worth. Let's start with the single highest return habit you can build: protecting your sleep. Getting consistent, high-quality sleep between 7.5 and 8.5 hours every single night is not optional if you want to play the long game with your wealth. Why? Because sleep directly controls 3 critical factors for financial success. First, cognitive performance. A 2024 study published in Nature Aging found that people who consistently slept 7 to 9 hours had significantly better memory, executive function, and problem-solving ability. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories and clears metabolic waste. Without enough of it, your thinking becomes slower, more reactive, and less creative. Second, emotional regulation. Sleep deprivation increases activity in the amygdala, your fear and impulse center, while decreasing activity in the prefrontal cortex, your rational decision-making center. This is why tired people make impulsive financial decisions. They literally cannot think straight under pressure. Third, long-term brain health. Poor sleep is one of the strongest modifiable risk factors for cognitive decline and dementia. Your brain is your most valuable wealth creation tool. Protecting it for decades is one of the highest ROI investments you can make. But here's where the compound effect becomes truly life-changing. 1 extra hour of quality sleep per night over 20 years is not just 7,300 extra hours of rest, it's thousands of better decisions that compound into serious wealth. Better decisions lead to better investments, better career moves, better business outcomes, and better risk management. Actionable step. Choose your ideal sleep window and protect it like your most important meeting. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Your future self will thank you with better health and better wealth. The second habit that creates massive long-term returns is getting natural sunlight and light movement within 30 to 60 minutes of waking. This single habit does several powerful things at once. First, it resets your circadian rhythm. This leads to better sleep quality at night, more stable energy throughout the day, and improved mood and focus. Morning sunlight triggers a healthy cortisol response that helps you feel alert and motivated without relying on caffeine. A 2023 study from Stanford University found that people who got morning sunlight within 1 hour of waking reported significantly better sleep and lower rates of depression compared to those who didn't. Second, it improves mitochondrial function. Your mitochondria are the power plants of your cells. When they work better, you have more cellular energy for both physical and mental performance throughout the day. Third, it boosts dopamine and serotonin in healthy ways. This improves motivation, focus, and emotional stability, all critical for making good financial decisions under pressure. When you combine better sleep with better daytime energy and focus, your productivity and decision quality go up dramatically. Over 10 to 15 years, this creates a massive gap between you and everyone else who is running on caffeine and poor sleep. Actionable step. Within 60 minutes of waking, go outside for 5 to 15 minutes of natural light. Even on cloudy days, the light is strong enough to reset your system. Combine this with a short walk if possible. Exercise is often sold as a health habit, but I want you to start seeing it as one of the highest ROI wealth habits you can have. Regular movement, especially a combination of Zone 2 cardio and strength training, improves several factors that directly impact your financial future. It increases brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, which supports learning, memory, and cognitive flexibility. It improves insulin sensitivity and metabolic health, which protects long-term energy and brain function. It reduces chronic inflammation and improves stress resilience. A large 2023 study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine showed that people who exercised regularly had significantly better long-term cognitive performance and lower rates of dementia. Think about what that really means for wealth creation. Every extra year of sharp, high-performance thinking can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars in better career moves, investment decisions, and business outcomes. When you stay mentally sharp for longer, you can keep creating and managing wealth for decades longer than most people. Actionable step. Aim for at least 150 to 180 minutes of Zone 2 cardio. You can still hold a conversation, and 2 to 3 strength training sessions per week. This is not about becoming an athlete. It's about protecting your most valuable asset, your brain, and your long-term decision-making ability. This is one of the most overlooked but highest leverage habits for long-term wealth creation. Chronic stress and a dysregulated nervous system destroy your ability to think clearly and make good decisions. They increase inflammation, impair sleep, and reduce emotional control. On the other hand, people who actively manage their nervous system through breathwork, cold exposure, heat therapy, and recovery practices show significantly better cognitive performance and decision-making under pressure. A 2024 Finnish study on sauna use found that frequent heat exposure was associated with significantly lower risk of cardiovascular disease and better stress resilience. Cold exposure has been shown to increase dopamine and improve mood regulation. But the real wealth connection is this: stress resilience is a competitive advantage. When you can stay calm and think clearly during market crashes, business challenges, or high-stakes negotiations, you make dramatically better decisions than people who panic or become reactive. Actionable step. End your showers with 30 to 60 seconds of cold water. If you have access to a sauna, use it 2 to 4 times per week. Practice 5 to 10 minutes of breathwork daily. Box breathing or physiological sighs work very well. This is the habit that separates good performers from exceptional ones over 10 to 20 years. The people who build significant wealth are almost always lifelong learners. They continuously upgrade their skills, knowledge, and thinking frameworks. But here's the key. It's not just about consuming information. It's about skill stacking, combining different skills in unique ways that create outsized value. For example, someone who deeply understands both longevity science and personal finance can create unique value that neither a pure biohacker nor a pure investor can create alone. Actionable step. Dedicate at least 30 to 45 minutes every day to deliberate learning. Read books, take courses, or study specific topics that compound your existing skills. Over 10 to 15 years, this creates an enormous competitive advantage. Now, I want to talk about the most important part, the part that actually determines whether you succeed or fail long term. It's not the habits themselves, it's who you become while doing them. Most people try to build habits from the outside in. They force themselves to wake up early, eat better, or exercise using willpower. This works for a while, but it usually fails because it relies on motivation. The people who succeed for decades build habits from the inside out. They change their identity first. They stop seeing themselves as someone who tries to sleep better and start seeing themselves as someone who protects their sleep like their most important asset. They stop seeing exercise as something they should do and start seeing it as part of who they are. This identity shift is what makes the compound effect truly powerful, because when your identity changes, your behavior changes automatically, and those behavior changes compound over decades into dramatically different financial outcomes. If you want to start experiencing the compound effect yourself, here's exactly what to do for the next 30 days. Week 1. Fix your sleep window and get morning sunlight within 60 minutes of waking. Track your energy daily. Week 2. Add daily movement. 30+ minutes walking plus 2 strength sessions. Focus on consistency. Week 3. Introduce cold exposure and breath work. Begin tracking sleep quality. Week 4. Add deliberate daily learning. 30 to 45 minutes. Review your progress and adjust. Track how you feel. Track your energy. Track your decision quality. Most people notice significant improvements within 10 to 14 days. The compound effect is not about perfection. It's about consistency over time. You don't need to do everything perfectly. You just need to get a little bit better each day in the areas that matter most: your sleep, your energy, your focus, and your decision making. Because those small daily improvements will compound into dramatically different outcomes 10, 15, and 20 years from now. If you're ready to start, drop the word compound in the comments and commit to the 30-day challenge with me. The full implementation guide with exact protocols, tracking templates, and supplement recommendations is linked in the description below. Subscribe for weekly longevity plus wealth hacks, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.